A Ukrainian city known as Bakhmut was annexed by Russia on the 21st of May 2022. Now, the siege of Bakhmut by the Russian forces created an opportunity for the Russian forces to tap further west, right towards the central parts of Ukraine. Because of this, you can access towns like Kramatorsk, right, in the western parts of Ukraine. About 30,000 people, Ukrainians, were killed in the fighting. At the time of the recording of this video, about 85% of Avdiivka has been surrounded by the Russian forces. The Ukrainian city, known as Mariupol, was annexed by Russia on the 20th of May 2022. This happened after the surrender of hundreds of Ukrainian fighters which were hiding under the Azov steel and iron works plant. The Mariupol city is famously known for its Azov iron and steel plant works. About 25,000 people, Ukrainians, were killed in the process of the takeover. Zaporizhia was annexed by Russia on the 30th September 2023. Zaporizhia is famous for hosting one of the biggest nuclear plants that you find in Europe, known as the Zaporizhian nuclear plant. Now, when you look at the military strategy deployed by Russia, right, when taking over these towns, right, these towns that I've just mentioned, Mariupol, Bakhmut, and Zaporizhia, right, there is more, but I'll just focus on this one. They fundamentally used a formation known as the Buffalo military formation, right, which is famously known to be developed by a Zulu warrior known as Shaka Zulu, right, based in South Africa. So they deploy this military formation in every city that they come across, right? Let us take Avdiivka, for instance, right? When the Russian forces invade, right, or conduct a special military operation on a specific city, right, they send out their strongest soldiers and equipment, right, to create depth within that city or town, maybe create depth of about 10 to 15, maybe 20 kilometers, right? And then they start forming a circle around the city, right? And them forming a circle around the city acts as the horns of the buffalo. This method is known as the buffalo horns military strategy, right? So after establishing a depth of about 20 kilometers, right, within the country or within the city that they are performing the special operation in, they start going around the city, right, sending troops and equipment around the city to a point where the city is surrounded, right? As I said, currently Avdiivka is 85% surrounded. So it means the two stages of taking the town, right? Firstly, creating depth using your strongest equipment and soldiers, right? And then sending out soldiers to surround the town, right? That is the second one. And then the third phase in this military strategy is based on literally squashing your opponent or your enemy from all directions. It is very appealing to know that Russia is deploying tactics which were developed on African soil by African leaders, right? And it is working for them without fail. Each and every town that Russia has seized or annexed, this method was deployed. This method was very clear when it was deployed in Bakhmut, right? when a lot of chaos occurred there. But this video is just for us to note the military strategies which were taken from the African leaders and African warriors who develop these things in African soil.